Imagine a boy who moved from one rented house to another with his parents, who didn't start on glamorous film sets, but by cleaning swimming pools and taking odd jobs. For him, fame was just a dream, and Hollywood, an impossible address. That very boy would one day be counted among the greatest legends of cinema, a man who could change the entire industry without even raising his voice. This is the story of Clint Eastwood, a man who turned the noise inside him into unforgettable films. Clint Eastwood, born Clinton Eastwood Jr. on May 31, 1930, in San Francisco, his family moved constantly, chasing jobs and stability. There was no glamour, no special background, just a quiet boy with an unusually tall frame, so tall that hospital nurses nicknamed him Samson. As he grew up, America was under the shadow of the Korean War. In 1951, Eastwood was drafted into the Army, stationed at Fort Ord, California, working as a lifeguard and instructor. And then came a night that would change the course of his life forever. 1951. On his way back, the Navy's AD Skyraider aircraft he was riding in crashed off the coast of Point Reyes. Dark waters, freezing cold, the shore miles away. Clint and his pilot swam for hours. They survived, but that night taught him a truth he would carry forever. In life, you always get another take, if you refuse to give up. After the Army came the long grind. Auditions, rejections, tiny parts. Then in 1959, he landed a role in the TV western Rawhide. His character, Rowdy Yates, a young, hot-headed cowboy who spoke little but acted fast. 8 seasons, 217 episodes, and Clint's face became a household sight across America. TV fame was one thing, but to be a film star, a new door had to open. That door was in Italy, when director Sergio Leone cast him in the legendary Dollars trilogy, A Fistful of Dollars, 1964, For a Few Dollars More, 1965, and finally the masterpiece that made Clint Eastwood an international icon, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, 1966, silence, wide shots, extreme close-ups on those piercing eyes. Cinema had found a brand new language, and a new face to define it. 1971, San Francisco streets, a city drowning in crime, and one inspector with eyes as sharp as his .44 Magnum. Dirty Harry. The character became a cultural icon, a cop who cared less about rules and more about result. The film's success gave Clint a new identity, the man whose lines echoed through pop culture. In the middle of stardom, Clint made a bold decision, to make films his way. In 1967, he founded his own company, Malpaso Productions, to control the stories, the schedules, the style. From then on, nearly all his films would come through this quiet but relentless workshop. Time refused to let Clint be just an action star. Behind the camera, he proved a new truth, that in a quiet demeanor often lives a brave storyteller. In 1992, Unforgiven, a revisionist western where morality spoke louder than gunfire. The film won Best Picture and Best Director at the Academy Awards. Clint dedicated it to his mentors, Sergio Leone and Don Siegel. In 2004, $1 Million Baby, a tragic tale of a boxer and her trainer, shattered hearts around the world. And once again, Best Picture. Best Director, Clint Eastwood had joined the rarest league in Hollywood. Clint's story wasn't limited to movie sets. In 1986, he was elected mayor of Carmel by the Sea, a picturesque town in California, winning with 72% of the vote. The on-screen hero stepped into real life, relaxing parking rules, backing community projects, supporting local art. 2 years later, he returned to Hollywood, but left behind a legacy of service. Age never slowed him down. Mystic River, Letters from Iwo Jima, Gran Torino, and then in 2014, American Sniper, the highest-grossing U.S. film of the year, rewriting box office history. In 2024, he directed Juror Number 2, proof again that storytellers don't age, only stories do. And on May 31, 2025, when Clint turned 95 years old, the world celebrated not just the length of his career, but the extraordinary consistency of it. Clint Eastwood's legacy isn't measured only in films or awards. It's a method, a philosophy. Fewer takes, less noise, more truth. Characters broken on the inside, but strong in silence. Stories where conscience speaks louder than violence. He reminds us, a voice doesn't need to be loud, only honest, to be heard across generations. The boy who once swam through a dark ocean night to survive is still swimming against time with every new film, and if you think the quiet ones never speak, watch Clint Eastwood's movies because in every scene they roar.